All right, so we are going to be quickly checking out how easy it is to create a landscape in a few simple clicks with just a couple add-ons, including physical starlight atmosphere and physical open waters. So we're just creating a plane really quickly, and we're just going to subdivide it here, give it a couple sections. And as you see, some of my menus here look a little bit different, and that's because I'm using machine tools and hard ops, but the basis of it is the same. So we're going to go ahead and head into Extreme PBR, which is an amazing material library that has tons and tons of commonly used materials for you that come all the way up into an 8K texture. And we're just going to simply start by putting down some sort of kind of rocky, stony ground in order to set up the floor for our ocean here that we're going to be adding in. So once we've dropped that in, like I said, we're just going to subdivide this here a couple times and do a little bit of, so as you see, we are just going to subdivide this here. We are using machine tools and hard ops for this. So we're just going to bring that subdivision down. We'll just do a 2 on the subdivision for now. And then we're going to go ahead and scale this material down to our plane to make it a little bit more uniform here. And this isn't really anything difficult if you are a new user. You simply just have to head over to the shader editor and look for the mapping node, which should be inside of your material, whatever you're using. So as you see, we've just made this a lot smaller. So we'll head back over to our asset browser, and we're just going to pull up some of our mountainscapes by B Productions, and a link will be in the description below to these landscapes, which are very great for using as background assets. These are not really supposed to be used for close-ups. And as you can see, as I pull this mesh in, there are a ton of holes inside of this mesh. So I highly do not recommend using this for a close-up unless you know how to kind of fix those holes inside of your meshes, which can take a bit depending on what you're using. So we're just going to kind of simply block out some shapes here. Nothing too complicated. We'll maybe use 1 or 2 of these mountains inside of our add-on here. We'll just kind of put this in place. And once we kind of get this set in place, we'll go ahead and put a camera down where it needs to be. So now that we have one of these down, we'll just head over to, we're going to head over to the physical starlight atmosphere, and we're going to hit add atmosphere. And as you can see, just by enabling the add-on, we have a really beautiful scene here already equipped with clouds and some nice lighting effects here that will make these mountains look really great. So we're just going to pull these back a bit, and we're just going to kind of go ahead and build out this shape a little bit more. As you can see, we don't really have anything, so let's drop in something else to kind of build up that sense of depth with these 2 mountainscapes here. So we're just going to rotate this on the Z axis a bit and bring that down with G and Z, and go ahead and bring that up. So we have a little bit of a basic placement here for these, as you can see. So we're going to add in another plane. I think I'm going to do a bit of I'll maybe do some sort of beach or embankment here that will kind of lead up to the mountains here. Actually, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and let's go ahead and add in our physical open waters ocean, and let's just see what we get from that. And one of the things to note about physical open waters, as you can see up to the upper left, that is our ocean kind of pulling away. And when you're using this, you do have quite a few parameters that you can change, including height and size, resolution, etc. But one thing to note, as we need to go ahead and remove this plane here, we're not going to use this. One thing to note when using this add-on, it is camera culling and LOD based. So wherever your camera is going to be pointed towards will be the direction that your waters are going to be coming out. As you can see, they're still kind of a little bit up to our northwest here. We'll just move this ground plane over just a bit, and we'll pull this. I might move this mountain a bit here. As you can adjust the size of the water itself, as well as the LOD and camera distance of the camera so you can get a better result and something that's a little bit more detailed the closer you are, or you can also use it to kind of shrink down the size that you're looking for inside your render here. So we're just kind of tweaking this a little bit so I can just get a little bit more of a condensed ocean here. And as you can see, the camera LOD, and you can set that camera and you can, go ahead and set off those distances as you need for your scene. And we're just going to move this camera down just a bit, kind of get it in the direction that we want it to be here. So you just kind of head it down towards those mountains, and we'll just pull it back a little bit in GY on this Y-axis. And as we're doing that, let me just go ahead and boost that height up just a little bit. And as you can see, with physical open waters, you can also get underwater shots, and we'll cover that inside another video. But we'll just straighten our camera up here, and we have our mountains here. And as you can see, we need to pull this one a bit closer just so we can get it into our view here. As you can see, this is really simple. Just simply using very basic Blender controls here just to rotate, scale, and move these things along. And we kind of have that in place. Let's just kind of tweak these waves a bit, and you can tweak the largest and smallest wave as long as the wave height as well, which will give you kind of the choppy waters or more calm or whatever that you're looking for, you're able to achieve with just very simple controls inside of the add-on, inside your end panel. So we just gotta get those waves like we want them. I think I'll take down the largest wave just a hair just to calm it out just a little bit more, so we're not looking at some sort of, kind of a ravaging sea here. So we just kind of have some calm, open waters. And this is something that, like I said, in just a few clicks, you can really achieve an easy ocean, beach, whatever it is that you need for your scene. This does work in both cycles and Eevee. Currently we are in Eevee as I'm just kind of moving things around, as Eevee is obviously a bit faster, but doesn't look as good. This is definitely meant for cycles. And once we kind of have this where we need, so I think we're pretty much where we want it to be now. Let's change this wave height just a little bit more. And as you can see, that instantly gave us a bit more choppy waters to go from more of a calm to something that's kind of moving, gives you that feel. And as you see, there also are tons of presets that you can kind of go through if you want to start off of a preset, but just want to show off how easy and simple it is to kind of get this going. And we've kind of headed back over to physical Starlight just to change up the lighting a bit. We're just moving the sun around the horizon here and just kind of changing the time of day, playing around with it to find something that we like here. And once again, you can find all of these add-ons in the description below. Just a few simple add-ons. I can have a base for a scene or some sort of inspiration to kind of get me going, and just a few simple clicks. And we kind of have that together now. As you can see, we have that beautiful sun reflection going, and we're just going to save that here using machine tools and power save. And we'll just have a look around. As you can see, we've got a couple interesting shapes going here with just this kind of little cliffside that we've put together, and just a simple click here. Pretty much like this, I think we're going to kind of move around this. Let's have a look here. I think we're going to move around this larger kind of cliffside to our right here, as Cycles is being a bit slow. I apologize, as I'm just using the CPU right now just to kind of save up, as I'm using Streamlabs as well on one of our slower systems here in the studio. So we're just moving this along our axis here. I think we're just going to pull this back to just kind of give a little bit more of that depth that you can see here. instantly just by placing those two mountains a little bit offset from each other. We quickly have something that seems a little bit more alive, and we're just going to raise this up a little bit. And as you can see, because of the distance, we get a bit of a different shape, bringing that landscape a bit closer, and that's simply due to just the LOD system involved in the asset there. So I pretty much like what we have going on here. I think we're going to kind of hang off with this. So we'll go ahead and tab save right with machine tools and power save. And I think the last thing we'll do is head over to Colorist Pro, which will also be down in the description. And once you enable that, make sure to change that viewport compositor to camera mode and your compositor performance to GPU. And we're just going into the Aces color space. As you can see how quickly that kind of changed everything we need. We're not going to do too many tweaks here. Just going to go ahead and add in a little bit of the glare tab, and we'll do a little bit of ghosting and add in some streaks and sunbeams. And what we're going to do is just make that little bit of the sun reflection that we have on the water pop. As you can see, it's a little bit overdone here, but you can already see what the difference is. And just a little bit more lighting kind of bouncing off of those cliff sides over there to our right as well. And so we'll tweak that a little bit more. But that's it for this one. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our videos. And make sure to hit that link in the description down below to pick up one of these add-ons, as they are affiliate links and directly help the channel as well. And that's it. It's just that easy to simply create a landscape in just a couple clicks using physical open waters and physical starlight atmosphere. So as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.